People are saying Usher said something about JK, and people are freaking out about this. We also have people talking about a relationship between Jennie and G-Dragon and what this has to do with the BTS members. And then we have some shirtless pictures being posted and what that's about. Say Dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Let's get into it. We have some shirtless pictures that have come out that people have been freaking out about, and these are like official photos. So first off, we already know that not too long ago, we saw both Jimin and JK pose shirtless with their backs facing the camera. And we got to see how muscular their backs look as well. We got to see their tattoos, or specifically Jimin's back tattoo, and it just looks beautiful. People were freaking out about this, and not only freaking out about the fact that they were shirtless and that there were pictures of the boys that are now official pictures. That wasn't something like edited or something that we had never seen and we didn't know whether it was real or not, but these were official pictures. And then we also got to see them shirtless together, which is almost like a double attack. It was an attack to the soul, get it? Because they're Korean and they go to Seoul. So this was like an attack to the soul. I don't know, whatever. I'm not a comedian. But there's been an update on this, sort of. So if you didn't know, you could purchase the Are You Sure photo book. So I don't exactly know fully what's in it, but the photo book will definitely be purchased and I will let you know what's in it. But regardless, it's definitely going to be something that you're going to want to have, whether you're a fan of the show or whether you're just a fan of BTS and you want to have extra content. In the book, you see various different moments. One of those moments is, of course, the shirtless moment, but you see two. Now, to my knowledge, I think only one of them was actually posted online, while the other one was like an exclusive for us to see, and it was like a new thing. So people were almost reminiscing of the old times in which we couldn't even see their shoulders being bare or uncovered, and now we're getting a photo book with a literal photo that you can touch and feel of them being shirtless, and we get like two pictures. So it really goes to show how far the boys have come and how far the industry has come as a whole. On this channel, I often talk about how K-pop can tend to be behind and not good at keeping up to date with things or being very modern in terms of mindset. However, I often don't acknowledge that the industry has come a very long way. We have moments like this where two people can fully go shirtless and have that moment be photographed and all those things, and it not be this thing where people are slut shaming them. And that sounds crazy. That sounds absolutely crazy that I'm saying this in this context, that a man can get shamed for being shirtless. Not even that he's showing any private parts, but just the fact that he's shirtless. But it's definitely less, and it's not something that I think most people even really fully think about anymore, which is very interesting, I think. There are things like that in which it's come a long way, so it makes me feel less worried and less sad when I do see moments that need improvement. So I definitely wanted to drop the good news of these photos and how people were freaking out about it, but of course, I also wanted to talk about what it means for the future of K-pop, and something as small as a shirt moment can actually have such a huge impact on the industry. Now, the craziest thing that I saw recently was some people were talking about G-Dragon and Jennie being spotted together. So apparently they went to a 2NE1 concert and people were saying that they were spotted together, and apparently this was a big deal. Of course, if you're a part of the community, then you definitely know that it can be kind of a big deal, right? Because dating is considered this taboo thing. It was allegedly confirmed that the two were romantically together at one point, and then it was allegedly confirmed that Jennie decided to date V, and now apparently she is seen back with her alleged ex. So are the two together again? What's going on? What's the tea? So this spotting was recorded, or spotted allegedly, on October 6th, 2024. So if you're not fully aware of how those numbers work, like when K-pop fans put a seemingly random number before an event, it's usually in order of year, month, day, so largest to smallest. So this happened very recently. This was definitely after the rumors of Jennie and V. Now, of course, as far as I'm aware, there aren't any videos, and if there are videos, they're not extremely long videos, so we have these pictures to go off of on what's happening. Now, even if we did have videos, it would be extremely difficult to find a Korean person that can read lips and try to figure out what's going on. But also at that point, it is such an invasion of privacy to try to figure out what's going on and what they're saying and all that stuff, that I think it would just fall under it being slightly unethical. And I'm not saying reading lips or doing any of that stuff is unethical, but I don't know exactly in this situation if they wanted to be seen together, or even if them being seen together was already an invasion of privacy. Now, this has led people saying that V and JK are dating, and that confirms V and JK are dating. Now, I'm sure you can figure out what the logic behind this probably is, right? Since V is not in a relationship with Jennie, then he would have the opportunity to be in a relationship with JK. But this makes no sense. Like, some of these people, yeah, it probably makes a little sense, but to like literally anyone else, it makes no sense, because it's not like V's options were Jennie and JK and that's it. At this point, I feel like it often feels like they're grasping at straws, because I think the community, even the people who ship V and JK together, are maybe at least believing to some degree that V might actually like girls, and this was kind of like the argument that a lot of people who were shipping Jimin and JK together were saying, is that V has been in a relationship with a girl, so likely he's not gay and JK and V would never be a thing. Now, I don't stand on either side, and I don't mean either side in terms of the fantasy, because I think that that's fine. I think it's really cool to have a fantasy and to believe in that and to really enjoy it. But I think when it goes too far to the point where it almost crosses this line of delusion, where people are making up things or people are missing things, it becomes a bit unsafe. Because to argue so deeply about something where you might believe something is real and other people might disagree, and this becomes a huge war where you're sending death threats to each other, and that's not good. If you still believe that the two members are together romantically, then you can believe that. It doesn't matter what other people say, you just have to believe it and that's it. You don't have to fight other people about it, and you don't have to do anything, because you spot Jennie allegedly getting back with her ex. For that to mean that V and Jennie were never in a relationship together is crazy. We don't know for sure who has been in a relationship with who, but going off solely the fact that you are seeing two people together and then assuming their entire relationship history as if maybe they didn't break it off, go with other people, and then come back together or whatever it is kind of crazy. Now, switching gears a little bit, I don't fully know how to switch gears naturally or do a clean transition here, but we have the situation with Usher and JK. So recently, Usher did an interview with the New Yorker magazine, I believe. He talked about how he initially wanted JK to perform at the Super Bowl doing Standing Next to You. And the reason why JK declined this offer was because he had to do the military enlistment. This blew up fully. People were freaking out about this because if you remember at the time when Usher did the Super Bowl performance, people were kind of upset or disappointed that JK didn't make an appearance, and they felt like it was a waste for JK to not. However, now we know it seems like it was asked and it just never happened. And so I believe it was hinted that JK would do it. I think Usher just assumed that JK would say yes. I mean, typically an artist doesn't turn down something like that, but I guess Usher was ultimately wrong. I don't remember exactly what happened, but there were some people who were upset because it was hinted that JK would perform, and they felt like they were using JK for clout because ultimately he did not end up performing, and the community felt like they were being misled. I don't know what led them to feel that way. I do remember that happening, although I can't verify, so I'm going to say allegedly. So that might explain allegedly why allegedly JK was being used for clout, because there was intention for him to be there, allegedly. Now, this is the part where people were reaching so hard, their arm fell off. So people believe that JK had a choice to enlist because obviously he's the youngest, and at his age, he could have enlisted later. He had time, and people were saying that since he did have free will and he chose to enlist, and specifically chose to enlist with Jimin and give up the Super Bowl performance, it proves that Jimin and JK are in a relationship together. Did y'all catch that? And so they believe that Usher confirmed it. Usher basically said that JK didn't perform and it was his choice to not perform, and thus that meant JK and Jimin were romantically together. All Usher meant by that was that he asked JK and JK said no. And likely if what I meant earlier with the whole like people believing that JK was supposed to perform, that was happening, Usher likely got a lot of backlash because people thought that JK would be there and he wasn't. So this was kind of like him clarifying what actually happened. And by the way, this is how celebrities used to address controversies and things that they got hate for. It wasn't always that they would jump on a live stream or make an apology video. They would do it in an interview, and they would do it in a rap song. They would never address it on their own platform. So this wasn't anything more than just him covering his own back, trying not to get backlash, allegedly. Let me know what you think. Make sure to check out Patreon for more videos, link down below. Thanks, just leave a comment right here. Love you, bye.